Hi everyone, this is Whitehawk, and today I will be playing Pikmin 2. This is going to be a full LP, pretty much going to show everything I know about this game. And it is the Wii version played on my Wii U, so we get some glorious quality in the game, but I am not quite as great playing this game with the Wii controls than I am if I were playing with GameCube controls. I don't know why Nintendo didn't allow us to play this game with GameCube controls, but they didn't. They figured if you want to play with GameCube controls, buy the original. If you want Wii controls, buy the new Play Control version. Anyway, Nintendo did a boo-boo while developing this game. I played Pikmin 3, and it was great. Played Pikmin 1 was great, and both those games I could make one video for each day that I play. However, for Pikmin 2, they introduced a cave system, and when you're in the caves, the time of a day in the game doesn't actually, continue. In the cave, time freezes. So, for several videos, it's going to be like a single day of, like in Pikmin 2. Which means this is going to be the longest Pikmin LP that I will do. For the first, yeah, there's no voice acting in this one. So, for the first video here, I'm going to do day 1 and day 2, because day 1 is basically tutorials, and day 2 is actually really short as well. And basically, I'm going to continue playing until I get the blue Pikmin, and after that, you guys will get to decide where I should go from there. However, there's another boo-boo about that this game made. Basically, once you get a certain amount of, I can't remember, currency, let's say, you effectively stop the day. And that's really annoying. I remember there was one instance where I had to end my day right as I started because I just happened to get 10,000 Pokos, or Picos, or whatever it's called. Well, there is pseudo voice acting while watching this cutscene. You know, it's kind of freaky. Games look, this cutscene back in the GameCube days, it was really good looking. Well, maybe not really good looking, but it was good looking. And now Pikmin 3, well, it pretty much has better graphics than this does. Saying nothing of like high-end console games on PS4 or PC these days. What's with the president having one eye closed on that scene? Anyway. Maybe it was just a glitch, like someone made a mistake. To deliberate a bit on how the LP is going to proceed, I'm going to try to keep the videos roughly 15 to 20 minutes in length. I am pretty sure that this first video is probably going to be half an hour long because I'm doing roughly 2 days, even though they're really short. But for everything after that, I'm going to try to keep everything from 15 to 20 minutes long. No means to repay it, huh? But apparently, that bottle cap, that's worth a lot. In the Pikmin universe, anyway. Which is actually supposedly equal to our universe, just in the vast future. Oh, and here's our helper, the ship, and he's going to be annoying. Or it's going to be annoying. It's basically going to talk a lot, and it's going to describe everything. The descriptions can be a bit funny occasionally, but for the most part, I really don't like this thing. Which is why I probably didn't come back on the sequel. I have a lot to say about the things Pikmin 2 tried as a sequel. Some things better than others. Like, it introduced a lot of things that pretty much anyone would have put in for Pikmin 2 being a sequel. Like, multiplayer, co-op challenges, stuff like that. But in terms of mechanics Pikmin 2 introduced, it didn't try all that much new. It introduced those liquids or sprays specifically that were kind of cool but ultimately broken, and it also had the multiple captains gimmick, and that didn't work out all that well because it's mostly because Pikmin 3 showed how much better it could be when you can actually control where the other captains can go while you play as another one. How come this game didn't have single player co-op, like story mode co-op? Why didn't it have that? I guess it's because the GameCube wasn't all that great, but the Wii probably would have been able to handle it. Anyway, the first area is the Valley of Repose, and we're actually There's basically an entire area here dedicated to a tutorial. Which we will be doing with Louis for some reason. Well, we'll be doing it with Olimar for a very short segment, but after that we're doing it with Louis. It's a bit strange, but Louis is going to do more work than Olimar will, and yet the game will pretend that Louis doesn't really know much about Pikmin. Which I guess is true, considering Olimar had the Pikmin 1 as experience, but still. I don't really want to voice this thing. It just says the obvious, really. And this is all tutorial stuff. Now right here we got the red Pikmin. I think there's 5 of them. And the helper says that they're going to be devoured, but that's not true at all. I believe these red Pikmin are invincible, or rather the Bulborb is not going to eat any of the Pikmin. See, I got all 5 of them, even though the Bulborb tried to eat one of them. Oh, come on. How do you know all this stuff, helper? There we go. No. Well, I could just pretty much do nothing, really. Just wait for the robot to point out that Louis getting cautiousness. We have to press the minus button. Actually, I want to put the Pikmin on this thing. Actually, that's probably not a good idea. It's not going to do anything, but, you know. You guys think I should read what this thing says? I'm not interested in it, if you ask me. Anyway, it is a neat detail that we can see Louis' mark on the snow here, but it doesn't quite match his shape. Like, his helmet is supposed to be a bit bigger than that. It's actually going to be quite confusing me playing this game because the controls are a bit different than Pikmin 3. And you can play Pikmin 3 with the nunchuk controls if you really want to, although I personally recommend the gamepad. Yep, gotta watch the sprout. Or the seed sprout. Yeah, that's what I should say. Yeah, see? Says it right there. Seed just sprouted. Now I gotta pluck it. And Louis probably wanted to eat it, but that's gonna come up later. Man, there sure is a lot of dialogue and cutscenes in the beginning. Who would have thunk it? I guess this can be sort of entertaining for some people. This small cutscene right here where the Pikmin follows Louis. But I prefer the way Pikmin 1 did it. Or even Pikmin 3. Pikmin 3 was surprisingly faster at doing the tutorial segment, if I recall. So anyway, day 1, you got infinity time. You won't have infinity time for day 2, but you might as well have infinity time because then you're going to be going to the cave almost right away. Yeah, I'm just skipping those cutscenes right now. That's how boring they are. Anyway, the thing is, Pikmin 2 is technically tougher than Pikmin 1, but it's also much more forgiving. Like, Pikmin 1 had a time limit, even though that was forgiving of itself, if you ask me. But this game, you have infinity days to do whatever you want. So as a sequel, one of the things Pikmin 2 fails at is, like, keeping the tension that the first game had. Even the third game, even though it was way more forgiving in terms of time, it still had the tension of giving you a time limit. But in Pikmin 2, they decided to just give you infinity days. Your ship can give you infinity oxygen, and for some reason you have infinity food. It's just bizarre. I guess Louis is the one who was cooking the food, though. And, well, knowing his appetite, we know he can pretty much do anything he wants. Or tries to do anything he wants. Something else to consider. There are some challenges in this game. I'm sure many people think those are the best thing that Pikmin 2 had over the other games. Those are gonna be even more videos for me to do. I'm probably gonna do 5 or 6 videos for those. Yeah, I think 5 or 6 videos. I think there's 5 rows of challenges. I really want to keep the videos short, unlike the visual novels and the RPG I played a while ago. And I think I need a new nunchuk. It feels kind of broken. So just throw all your Pikmin there. As you can see, we need exactly 15. So that's the reason why the Bulbor can never like die. Or rather, not the Bulbor can't die. Rather, it can't kill any of your Pikmin because you need an exact number to proceed with the game. I've skipped quite a bit of this tutorial. I guess the issue I have with this tutorial here is that it's just not very good. You can listen well to it, and it's palatable or tolerable, I guess, but it doesn't really teach you how tough this game is gonna get. Pikmin 2 does have very, very good boss battles that we will get to sometime in the future, but this tutorial doesn't really prepare you for it. It just holds your hand too much. You don't feel the pressure of losing anything. Also, it's kind of slow because you have to wait for stuff to happen quite a bit. I'm basically gonna have to get that battery right over there. In fact, I can start digging it up right now. Oh, and I guess that's another thing I should explain. In this game, instead of treasure pieces, or not treasure pieces, ship parts and fruit, we're digging up treasure pieces, and some of them are basically like real life stuff. Yeah, that's how I'm going to describe it. Real life stuff. Oh, also, a nifty thing that was introduced in Pikmin 2 is that when you have 2 captains with you, the other captain will start plucking the sprouts with you. Very, very good. At least until you get an upgrade that allows you to pick all the Pikmin instantly. I'll love it when I get that upgrade. Oh yeah, that's another thing I can explain about Pikmin 2. You get upgrades as you find treasure, and you can do it in this like any order you want. You don't have to do the caves in a specific order. That's another point for Pikmin that I'm very eager to do in the future. And who knows? You guys might decide which treasure I should go for. Well, when I get the blue Pikmin anyway, which won't be for another 5 or even 6 videos. Because there's 2 new Pikmins that the game will probably want to show us first. But those are going to be for day 2. Anyway, I'm just going to wait for the Duracell to get all the way to my ship now. Yeah, for some reason, Olimar forgot how to lie down. In the first game, if you held down on the control pad, same thing on the Wiimote really, Olimar would lie down and the Pikmin would carry him to some other places. But in this game, you have to find an upgrade for that. Don't know why. It's not even all that useful. Well, actually, I think there is a use for it involving white Pikmin, but well, I never thought it was all that great. And you got the Courage Reactor. Yeah, that's the funny thing about these treasure pieces. The robot will give it names that are sometimes like subtle in meaning. It never outright says what it really is, though. And this day has to end immediately, and it kind of does because we can't really do anything else, but it feels like we didn't really do anything for this first day. At all. It doesn't have the same deep meaning that the Pikmin 1 or even Pikmin 3 had. Which I guess just sets the tone for the rest of this game. Because after all, Olimar and Louie, they came back to the Pikmin planet specifically for riches. Well, to pay back off their debt. Or so you would think, but once we've paid off the debt, well, the game won't be quite finished just yet. Although, I guess it could be. Did anyone ever play this game and, like, stopped once they paid off the debt of 10,000 gold? Yeah, I'm gonna call it gold. You could technically pay off the debt on the very first day. Because, see, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to pay it off by finding treasure. But, enemy bodies work as well. They work just as well. Oh, also, one other great thing about Pikmin 2 is that it has the Piclopedia and, well, treasures. And those descriptions are amazing, but what's even more amazing is the way it displays the things. You can look at it in different environments, and it's awesome, really. I loved wasting time just looking at these creatures. And if you press A while zooming in, you can throw pick carrots at them. And you get both Louis' notes and Olimar's notes. If you guys want to, maybe I'll like do an entire video just showing all the creatures and playing around with them. But for the time being, I just wanted to show what this stuff was. It is a feature I wish was still in Pikmin 3, but unfortunately it didn't come back. Alright, day 2. It's still kind of tutorial-y, but much better. This time we actually have a time limit and we'll actually go through a cave and there's actual danger involved. Yes, we're here for the profit of the company. We're slaves to the machine. Actually, technically we really are slaves to that stupid machine. Fortunately, it gets broken down. Actually, I better not spoil it. Well, maybe I should. It is a spoiler for Pikmin 3 after all. Some people care about some plots that are really strange, despite all evidence to the contrary. Anyway, we have a time limit, but it doesn't matter that much. There's not much we can do, and I can pretty much do everything we can. Oh, also, by the way, you guys noticed this plant right here? It's gonna grow after some time. That's something to pay attention to. And I believe it's a pellet of 10 that will sprout from it. Maybe 20 even. However, there's more important pellets that we can get for it here. If you think your Pikmin have trouble keeping up with you, you can always use a C-sticking or control down sticking, quote-unquote, to make them keep up with you. But the absolute best way to make them keep up with you is by simply having flower Pikmin. I guess I could show bud and flower Pikmin in this day, but it would mean leaving my sprouts unplucked for quite a bit of time. It is though important to have flower Pikmin while playing Pikmin 2. You want your Pikmin to be fast. You really want them to keep up with you. I don't think I brought this up yet, but I believe I'll be able to beat this game in roughly 20 days. My record, if you saw that like first on the menu back at the beginning of this video, was 18 days, but I believe I once beat this game in like 11 days, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 11 days. I think the world record is 8 days, maybe 9 days. I don't remember specifically how fast you can beat this game, but it's very fast. And you need 35 Pikmin to actually break this thing down. I don't know what will happen if your Pikmin gets stuck on the other side. I guess they can still go back to you, but if you do that, that's very bad. Oh, and that thing is sprouted now. It's only 5? Huh. Well, I do believe... You know what? We'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone. Because I do believe it eventually grows to like a 20-ish pellet. I know they're called pellets, but how do you like say what their number is? 20 pellet, 5 pellet, small pellet. Yeah, I guess it's small pellet, big pellet, stuff like that. Now, there is something strange about these Bulborbs right here. They've been retconned. They're no longer the young of the giant ones that we will see in a few moments. Instead, now, they're mimic creatures. What are they called again? Bread bugs. Yeah, they're bread bugs now. These small creatures right here, they're bread bugs for some reason. I don't know why it was retconned to that, because it never really made much sense to me. Anyway, best strategy to handle these guys is to just, well, swarm them. From behind, specifically. Oh, dang it. Well, I screwed up the swarming here. That means I lost a bunch of Pikmin already. This is not going to be a playthrough where I'm going to specifically try to not lose any Pikmin. I'm just fairly playing casually. And I'm not trying to, like, set any world records here. But I will show everything, including the special thing that only happens on day 30 that I've never seen myself, but I am aware of. I've never really played up till day 30. I think I'm the only one in my family. Well, she's the only one who played this game as far as I know, but my sister did like play this game. She loves this game. She played it up to 40 days, but I think she just likes playing this game, really. Of course, that was back when we had the GameCube version. I'm not playing the GameCube version right now because, well, my memory card got busted. I could play it now, but, I want, like, HD. I want to use my HD recorder for this game. As some of you may have noticed, my Pikmin didn't get crushed by this red Bulborb. That's an awful glitch that was in Pikmin 1, both the Wii version and the GameCube original. It was fixed for this game, one of the major improvements, really. And thank goodness for that, because thanks to this fix, we'd never have to worry about losing Pikmin for no reason at all when trying to carry large creatures. For those wondering what I'm talking about, I was talking about the crushing glitch. That's what was fixed. And we have 60 Pikmin total right now. I put 13 Pikmin to work on that gate, but I need to use these Pikmin right here to get that crushed can right over here. Oh, and the game doesn't describe the thing when I get close to it. That was a Pikmin 1 thing. Tragically enough. The amount of time it takes to break down gates. White gates are easy to break down. Black gates can take quite a long time. However, that's only for like overworld gates. When you're underground, well, you have infinity time underground, so it doesn't really matter how long it takes to break down gates, but overall it takes a lot less longer. It's understandable why time won't move when we get underground, because it wouldn't make much sense for us to have to immediately leave for some nonsensical reason. But it's still a shame, if you ask me, that time freezes when you go in the caves. Yes, job well done, my Pikmin. Oh no, more tutorial. Yeah, just to remind you about everything. This game is... Yeah, I really want to say this game is tougher than Pikmin 1. Mostly because even though Pikmin 2 had Pikmin 1 had a lot of tension, it wasn't very difficult, despite that. We can't proceed any further than this. We need blue Pikmin to go down here. I'm pretty sure you need blue Pikmin for here. There is a treasure right around here that I'm not supposed to be aware of, but I am because I played this game many times before. There is another one right up there, which we may or may not be able to get right now, but I won't chance it because I'm not really supposed to. And that's pretty much it. I'm hesitating a lot right now because, it looks like there's a face on this trash can. I mean, crushed can. I'm hesitating a lot right now because I believe there's lots of sequence breaking that can be done in Pikmin 2. I've just never done any of it, and I believe it takes like a certain amount of professional play to be able to pull off the sequence breaking. Not to mention, I'm not sure if we can actually do this sequence breaking in the Wii version. Regardless, we're going to the cave right now. When you try to enter a cave, any Pikmin you have with you will automatically join you inside the cave. So since I have 60 with me right now, it doesn't matter if they're like all the way away, like half around the map. They'll go with me inside the cave. The emergence cave. Oh, and the game is gonna automatically save every level that you go through a cave, which is kind of lazy in a sense. It will be helpful for me to like stop the video when I get to the longer caves near the end, though. Alright, so as you can see, there's no more timer up above the map anymore. And there's plenty of treasure in the caves. It's where you're going to be finding most of your treasure. There are also some dangerous foes. Here we have the snowy bread bugs, or that are mimicking the snowy bull bears. And since there's 4 enemies, this is probably going to be a beginner's first real battle. But it's not tough at all, really. Whenever it comes to these mimic bread bugs, you really just like keep throwing Pikmin above their heads. It's easy to instantly kill them with that method. 7-Up bottle cap called Quenching Emblem. And now we got us dragging a monster's corpse into the machine. And he obviously doesn't like that. It obviously doesn't like that. Yeah, the beasts are not worth much, but they are worth something. Citrus lump. And here's the shtick about the beasts being worth something. Even though they're only worth a wimpy 2 gold, and at most I think it ever gets to is 50. Even though they're only worth that, you can pay off the debt by just dragging monster corpses back. Which is why I believe it's possible to beat the game on day 2. But just continuously going back to the Emergence Cave? Maybe. Also, the game has to show us a cutscene every time we go through another like place to enter deeper in the level for some reason. And more tutorialing for some reason. Anyway, I believe even if you leave your Pikmin alone, they'll always follow you when you try to go deeper, even when you're not with you. So in the later caves, you can actually use that to your advantage to just like get around a place with only a captain. And by abusing that, you can pretty much keep your Pikmin safe at all times. Oh, and I think the Emergence Cave is only 2 levels. Ah, well. Fair enough. Yeah, final floor. The game will tell you when it's the final floor. And there's actually less enemies here than there was in the first floor for some reason. And here, well, this is pretty much confirmation that the place we are in is the Earth that exists as it is in real life. Because that world map just looks exactly like ours. Even 100 red Pikmin cannot lift this. It seems we will need a new Pikmin to be able to lift that. Yeah, I guess I'll leave these Pikmin be. It's not like there's any danger ahead anyway. Well, there is a few more snowy bull bears. Yeah, I just want to call them snowy bull bears. They're bread bugs, but they look like bull bears. Why did Nintendo retcon them to be bread bugs? I'll never understand that. Well, actually, I kind of didn't want to defeat all these monsters because I wanted to show the power of the Pikmin coming up, but they can wait for another time. So here we got Purple Candy Bop Bud, if I recall. Candy Dop? Bop? Something like that. So, what happens when we throw Pikmin into these that they become purple Pikmin? Now here's the shtick about purple Pikmin. We're gonna need 100 of them until the 4th area. Also, we can only make 5 Pikmin for every Candy Bop Bub, however it's said. Which is unfortunate, because that means we're going to only have 10 purple Pikmin to begin with. And we're going to need 100 by the end of the game. So the gimmick about the purple Pikmin, and besides the fact that they're big and fat and kind of look like they have a sumo-ish shape, is that they're very heavy and strong, and they are not nerfed from Pikmin 3. And basically, they kind of break the game. They completely break some bosses. When you throw them, they can paralyze just about anything that's in their vicinity. The weakness about them is that they're very slow. Even when they have flowers on their heads, they're even slower than your captain, even at normal speed. Not to mention there's going to be an upgrade to our captains that allow us to move even faster. But that's for later. The basic gist about the purple Pikmin is that they're very strong in combat, even stronger than red Pikmin. which means in speedruns, they're pretty much gonna like completely break the game. Oh, also, they lift 10 times what Pikmin can lift. However, the way it works, the items purple Pikmin carry back, they still carry it back slower than normal Pikmin would. So you have this weird like gimmick where if you have one purple Pikmin that carries one object that, let's say, a normal Pikmin could carry, they would still carry it slower than that single red, or blue, or yellow Pikmin would carry it because their speed, their walk speed, is slow. However, a white Pikmin, even though they can only carry the same amount of stuff as a red Pikmin could, let's say, they would carry it back faster because their walk speed is faster than every other Pikmin. So it's a bit bizarre. Purple Pikmin, they can carry stuff better, but they can't carry it faster. Eventually, this will come up when we'll have need to use 100 purple Pikmin to carry a single object back, and they'll be doing it very, very slowly. Anyway, we need this item not because it's treasure, but because it updates our sphere chart, which means we can explore a new place, which is kind of important. It's going to be for the next video, this new place for us to explore. Oh, also, you guys probably, I forgot to make you guys notice it, but there was a sound effect just as we got that sphere chart. That sound effect means that there's no more treasure in the level we are in. It actually was appeared back in the first level as well, but unfortunately I'm playing this game with sound very, very low. I'm not hearing very much. Because if I had sound loud, well, my microphone would register sound effects from the game. Which, actually, come to think of it, that wouldn't be a bad thing. It would make the syncing up the game footage with my voice a bit easier. Geyser! Is that how you say it? I probably forgot. My French accent is probably completely ruining things here, but we have to go on this geyser and it'll lead us to the exit. Later on, we'll have geysers accessible to our two captains before the final floor, which is kind of cool if you want to leave before completely finishing up a cave. But the problem is, since caves save at like the start of every level, you can kind of like save scum while you're in them, in order to like make sure that you never lose any Pikmin at all, and to make sure that you get all the treasures. There are some cases where I missed some treasures though. It involves the white Pikmin. Basically, they have the ability to dig up some treasures that the other Pikmin can't see, and because of that, it's easy to miss some of their respective treasures. Not to mention, you might just not have the white Pikmin with you. Is that it for this day? I don't think so. Oh, today's work is done? And the machine tells us we are exhausted. Oh, so the day is already over. We couldn't even like go for those pellets and make a few more red Pikmin. Ah, well, it is about time I ended this video. It's been over half an hour over here. So for next day, we'll be going to, I believe, the Forest of Hope. Well, it is the Forest of Hope, but it has a new name in this game. Not to mention, I believe we see the Forest of Hope in the Pikmin 3 as well. Kind of comes up very often because it's a very iconic area, apparently. Deaths. Lost 5 Pikmin in battle. I thought it was 6, but unfortunately 5. Yeah, there's various ways your Pikmin can die in this game. There's battle, there's sunset, there's fire, there's water, electricity. Electricity is the worst. If your Pikmin get electrocuted, it's instant death. Same thing with explosion, but explosions are a bit more predictable. But poison, water, and fire, you can save your Pikmin from those. Now here's another thing. The game is gonna give you like a tutorial, quote unquote, every time they get like a new status effect. So it's kind of annoying the first time it happens. So Usually you want to like get the trap cutscene done with, so you like purposely get your Pikmin like in danger. Also, there's mail that you get from various characters. First, it's going to be from the president, but eventually, it's going to be from family members. If you really take your time trying to get back the treasure and paying off the debt, the president is going to get increasingly desperate. But I don't think it'll come to that. I don't think I'll be presenting that. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video and hope you had a very nice day. Next time we'll be going through the Awakening Wood, which is, I believe, the Forest of Hope from the first game. All the areas we're going to be seeing here are areas that were in the first game, just with a new coat of paint. And yeah, they do in fact look very much different. And they work differently too. But that'll be for the next time, the Awakening Wood. Bye-bye!